guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a really fun tag video basically. I mean, it's not exactly like a tag video per se. Basically today we're going to talk about certain product categories which I am just glad that I don't buy. I have never bought products in these specific categories. Even if I have, it was maybe once or twice just to try it out and see what it's all about, but then it never stuck with me per se. And apart from that, when I was picking out these 10 product categories, I was also looking at products that either you have to repurchase often, it's something that you would go through relatively quickly, and then you need to replace it and repurchase it multiple times. And what happens with that is that you go through more quantities and you go through more packaging also. We definitely have to think about the sustainability aspect of beauty products, because with certain categories they don't really add value to your collection, but you're constantly repurchasing it, which means you're spending money on it and you're also producing a lot of waste while you are constantly purchasing these products. So yes, without any further ado, let's dive right into this list and let me tell you all the categories I gladly don't buy. If you do buy any of these categories, let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think it's an absolute essential for you that you don't want to replace, or if there is something that out of these categories which you are considering that, you know what, yes, maybe you're right, maybe we can actually skip on this and I can save money, I can save resources, and I can just have a more minimal collection in general. If you think that you find some insights from this video and you find it helpful, definitely make sure to leave a comment down below and let me know. But now let's jump into the video. The first category which I am glad I don't buy, and this is something that initially I felt like I needed, because when I watched YouTube videos, everyone would use these kind of products, and I'm speaking about mascara. So mascara is something, initially when it came to eye makeup, I was never really into mascara. I got into eyeliner, and then very recently I got into eyebrow products also, which I was not buying earlier. But when it came to mascara, I did not tell much of a difference in the way my eyes looked with mascara and without mascara. Especially if you're someone who wears eyeliner like I do, you can barely see if the person is wearing mascara or not. And I would also want to say, touch wood, I'm very blessed with eyelashes which are not very sparse, so I don't need a voluminizing mascara or a lengthening mascara to make my lashes look more prominent and more obvious. So that being said, I never found a use for mascara. I did use a couple of mascaras back in the day because I thought that I need them, but eventually I realized, you know what, I'm much better without them. And when you think about it, you need to go through your mascara every 3 months, which means that you are constantly going through, I think, 4 mascaras in a year. And for me personally, just by not using mascara, I have reduced my product consumption, of course. But apart from that, on average, a good mascara would cost you about 300-400 rupees, maybe even 500 rupees. So I'm also saving 2,000 bucks a year just by not buying mascara. So that is absolutely amazing, and I don't think I'm going to be buying mascaras as well. I know this is an unpopular opinion, many people might not agree with me, but that's just my personal take. So let me know down below, do you use mascara or not, and do you think that mascara adds to your collection in any way, or is it something that you can absolutely not do without? I want to know that, what category do you belong to? Anyways, let's move on to our second category, and that is setting spray. I know that people are obsessed with setting spray, and people spend thousands and thousands of rupees on even high-end setting sprays. And just yesterday I was watching a Laura Lee video where she was talking about how the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip setting spray is the best setting spray out there. And I'm like, yes, sure, if you are someone who, if you're a makeup artist, or if you want your makeup to last all day and look amazing, maybe you go to events a lot and you need your makeup to look flawless from morning till night, it does make sense. I'm sure a setting spray would help. But for someone like me, even when I'm doing festive makeup, glam makeup, wedding makeup, of course wedding guest makeup, not my own wedding makeup, not this soon, you guys, but even on those days I don't wear setting spray, and I feel like my makeup lasts pretty well. I don't wear foundation, but my base in general, even otherwise, tends to last very well without setting spray. So I don't feel the need to wear setting spray, and I feel like people were more obsessed with setting spray earlier versus now. The obsession has died down a little bit. Now people understand that setting spray is more meant to be worn for special occasions and not regularly. So I feel like we go through our setting sprays a little less often. But initially I saw there were so many people going through their setting spray so quickly, and if you're constantly repurchasing that, whether it is like plastic like with a pump bottle or it's an aerosol or whatever, you're going through those bottles all the time, and it's again one less step that you need to have. And I am just glad that I don't buy setting spray. I don't think I will buy setting spray even in the future. I doubt I would have setting spray even on my own wedding day in the future. I don't know, let's see. And kind of in a similar category, because again, like I said, it could be a spray bottle or it could be an aerosol, we also have hairsprays. Now I am someone who's never really been into doing my hair. I've really been into makeup and skincare, but when it comes to hair, I'm a very basic girl. If you cannot tell by the way I look today, and even if you watch my videos in general, you would know I'm not really into hair. So I never bought hairsprays because I never styled my hair too much. But whenever I have used hairspray in my hair, maybe I borrowed it from a friend, or maybe there's a hairstylist who did my hair, I just hate how crunchy hairspray makes your hair. And I think it's a product thing, like certain hairsprays can make your hair crunchy versus others don't. I love the hold, but I don't love how my hair feels. And especially because if you're putting hairspray in your hair for one day for a specific hairstyle for a certain event, that's good, but then I have to wash my hair the next day because I just cannot style my hair any other way. Like if I just want to have my hair down or tie it in a ponytail, I cannot do that because the hairspray has just made my hair so crunchy. So that's why I don't like hairspray. I don't enjoy it, and I just don't think I would buy hairspray for my own personal collection ever. It's just something that I'm not into. Then my fourth category is going to be wax strips. Now the wheat wax strips are what come to mind, and I know a lot of people still do wax their hands and legs and all of that. I used to wax like very initially, and for that also I would, like, my mom would basically use cold wax on me with those reusable like pieces of cloth strips sort of thing. And I got laser done in 2020, so it's going to be like almost 4 years now. Actually not in 2020, in 2019 is when I started my laser hair removal process. So it's been like 5 years now that we think about it. Like this is the 5th year, and my hands and legs have not gotten like there is no hair growth. I barely have to do, I think, my bikini area, which is once in a month, once in 2 weeks, sometimes once in 2-3 weeks. I can even make it go for like a month without doing it. And I think once in a year, or maybe once in like 8-9 months, I might do my underarms. But apart from that, I don't have to remove my hair on any other region of my body at all. So that is one of the main reasons why I don't use wax strips or anything waxing, shaving, epilated related. And definitely I think shaving is also something that can cause a lot of like product usage, because if you have a specific shaving cream or a shaving foam and then you're going through your razors, whether it be the reusable ones with heads or you know, if you're replacing the entire razor, whatever that might be, you're going through that very often, and that's a lot of plastic waste if you accumulate over the years. So I do think that laser hair removal is a much better option, because it has saved me so much time, effort, money, energy, everything. I love it and I could not recommend it highly enough. I had planned to do a video sharing my laser hair removal journey and experience and all of that, but I might have done one, I don't remember. But yeah, if you want me to share my journey and do like an updated video, like a 5-year update or something like that, do let me know. I don't mind doing another video, and if you have any questions, we can do like a Q&A type of a video, so let me know. Moving on, spray deodorant. Now this is something, I'm specifically talking about like those aerosol can deodorants. I used to buy this maybe when I was in school, but post that, I think even in junior college, I never used spray deodorants because the scent barely lasted. If anything, I haven't found a spray deodorant that has a good longevity. You can barely smell it for a couple of minutes, if anything, and it is so wasteful because of how much product you're using. You're not getting any longevity out of it in terms of the scent or anything. It's just like one of the most unnecessary products, and I don't know why in 2024 still we have brands coming out with spray deodorants. If you go to like West Side or Zudio, any like store, you will see them having their own in-house brand also for spray deodorants, and I'm like, who is even buying this and why are people still using it? I have no idea, but I'm just glad that I have not bought it for probably over a decade, I want to say now, so I'm glad about that. The next category is makeup sponges. Now I know people can get very defensive to this because a lot of people, and I am not one of those people who uses makeup sponges to do their makeup. I am a brush girl through and through. I try to jump onto the bandwagon and try out makeup sponges, but I never liked my makeup with them, and also I felt like it was very hard to clean the foundation and the makeup of the sponge. And with brushes, I tend to wash my brushes at least once in a week. With a makeup sponge, I felt like I had to wash my sponge every single day and every single time, otherwise I would break out. So that was very cumbersome to do it every single day, or rather whenever I'm using foundation or concealer, I have to wash it like on the same day. You can't let the foundation just stay in there. I don't know how people can do that. I know some people don't wash their makeup sponge every single time, but I'm like, how do you not break out? I have no idea. My skin was way more acne prone back in the day, and I would definitely break out whenever I did not wash my makeup sponge and try to reuse it or make it work like other people did. And apart from that, I also think that if I was too rough with using my makeup sponge, it could like tear apart also very quickly, and then you have to constantly keep repurchasing it. It comes in the plastic component case, which every single time you're buying it, you have a new one, so there's so much of plastic waste. With that also, it's so much money. Like my brushes, if I buy them once, they will last me for like a good 4 to 5 years minimum, whereas with makeup sponges, that's never gonna happen. So and they cost more or less, I want to say, the same amount of money as well. I think you can find really good affordable brushes as well. So considering all of these factors, I am just glad I don't buy makeup sponges and they don't work for me. And yeah, I think I've saved a lot of money over the years by just not being a sponge girly. So that's that. But I definitely understand some people love their makeup application with a sponge. I'm just not one of those people. Moving on, next we have eye cream. Now this is one that I have never strayed, and I've always told you how I'm not an eye cream girl at all. I just think your regular moisturizer works just as great under the eyes also, and when I'm applying my moisturizer all over my face, be it my day cream or my night cream, I'll make sure to cover every single part of my face. And I think not buying an eye cream has saved me a ton of money, but also a lot of like packaging, because you're constantly going through eye cream, so that is one extra product that you're buying and one extra product that you're going to have to find a way to recycle. So it's just better to keep your routine as simple and minimalistic as possible in that sense. So that's that. Moving on, next, this is a category which I'm glad I don't buy. I've never bought, I don't think I've ever bought one of them, and that is candles. If you are someone who watches beauty YouTube, you would see either people talking about candles, or you will see candles in their background, or sometimes even both. So I would always think, wow, like especially when I started watching YouTube, the Bath and Body Works candles was so popular, and now there are so many brands that have way more expensive high-end luxury candles as well. just to make your home and your environment smell nice. Like that's a crazy amount of money to spend. And also I don't know if this is just like an India thing or what exactly, I don't know. I know that in India also people do buy candles. There are many Indian beauty brands also who do candles as well, but I just don't think we are that into candles as compared to what people are abroad in US and in America. And I mean US and America is the same thing, but I meant America, UK, Europe, etc. I think people are more into candles over there, and they use candles for their home over there way more in comparison to here in India. But I know even in India there are brands who make candles, and there are people who do buy candles, I'm sure, but I'm just not one of those people. And I don't need my home to smell nice, and I definitely don't need to have a candle in my home to make my room or my house smell nice. So that's just something that I don't buy. Then we have our last two categories left. The ninth category is body mists, and this is kind of the same thing that I spoke about, like spray deodorant, but spray deodorant is more of the aerosol. Body mists are more like the plastic bottles. It could be Bath and Body Works again, it could be Victoria's Secret. Body mists don't last on the skin, and I feel like you would go through those way more quickly as compared to your perfume, because if your perfume is more long lasting and you're going through less of it, you're using less of it, it's going to last you for a way longer time period. Whereas with body mists, you're constantly spraying them and reapplying them so many times throughout the day, and you're going to go through your bottle way more quickly, so you're going to end up repurchasing it more number of times, and you're going to spend more money on it in the long run, and not gonna get a great user experience out of it either. So I used to buy body mists, I think initially when I didn't have as much money to invest in perfumes, but once I started using perfumes and I discovered how long lasting they are in comparison to body mists and how it's a better value, I just ended up sticking to perfumes, and I never bought body mists again. And then our last category, this is also something that I don't think I bought any, I don't remember buying any, and those are eyeshadow sticks. So these are like one and done eyeshadow sticks. You kind of draw them on your eyelids and blend it, and it could be a shimmery one, it could be a matte one, kind of for a one and done eyeshadow look. And I was always more into powder eyeshadows versus cream or liquid eyeshadows, so I never ended up buying eyeshadow sticks. And this is also something which I feel like turns out to be more expensive than an eyeshadow palette, because if you're buying a palette, you are getting multiple shades for a smaller amount of price, whereas if you're buying eyeshadow sticks, you have to buy like individual shades, right? So whatever shades you want, you have to buy multiples, and that kind of increases your collection more. Even though people say that, oh, eyeshadow sticks is supposed to be something where, you know, you just buy one shade and that is the shade that you love, which is why you're buying it as an individual. And yes, that does make sense, but I'm like, I don't think generally speaking people would want to have just one. They would want to buy multiples, and that means you're just spending more and more money on that. So yeah, that being said, I think eyeshadow sticks can be more expensive than you think they are, and turn out to be more costly. And I don't know of people who go through their eyeshadow sticks completely before they completely expire. So there is that as well. But yeah, that is it. Those are all the categories of products that I wanted to speak about, and kind of wanted to share with you my thoughts on them, why I'm glad I don't buy them, and you know, hopefully possibly de-influence you, or at least make you thinking about these categories. If they are absolutely essential and you cannot live without them, continue using them. It's totally fine. It's not a big deal. We all have our own preferences, and that's completely okay. But if you feel like there is a certain category of product that you can possibly try to stay away from, save some money, reduce your product wastage in general and your consumption in general, then do give it a second thought. And that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye bye.